Apparently, there's a WNBA player named A'ja Wilson. Apparently, she's pretty good. Caitlin Clark brings it down, goes twice between her legs, step back jack. A'ja Wilson doesn't like that. A'ja Wilson isn't smart enough to understand that everybody's going to get fat because of Caitlin Clark. Everybody won't get fat if they keep bringing up the ridiculous, idiotic, and tired old notion of racism.
A'ja Wilson just took her feud with Caitlin Clark to a whole new level, calling for a lifetime ban. The WNBA drama has officially reached its boiling point as Wilson, the Las Vegas Aces superstar, has called for a lifetime ban on Caitlin Clark. Yes, you heard that right, a lifetime ban. But here's the million-dollar question. Is A'ja Wilson exposing a real issue, or is this just pure jealousy boiling over? Buckle up, because this story is about to get wild. A'ja Wilson, a two-time WNBA MVP, is undoubtedly one of the most dominant forces in women's basketball. With an elite skill set, back-to-back championships, and an all-star career, she's been a staple in the league's success. But everything changed when Caitlin Clark arrived. Clark, the generational talent who rewrote NCAA history, stepped into the WNBA and completely shifted the league's landscape. Her presence alone has skyrocketed ticket sales, boosted TV ratings, and turned the Indiana Fever, one of the league's weakest teams, into must-watch television. And for A'ja Wilson, that's a problem. Wilson has made it loud and clear. She doesn't believe Clark deserves the attention she's getting. She has repeatedly claimed that race is a major factor in Clark's popularity, arguing that black players like herself don't receive the same level of support. In a recent, explosive interview, Wilson didn't hold back. She directly addressed Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise and threw some serious accusations into the fire. It doesn't matter how hard I work, how much I win, or what I do as a black woman, we still get swept under the rug. But the second Caitlin Clark steps into the league, she's treated like the face of the WNBA? That comment alone sent social media into a frenzy. Some agreed, saying that black players have historically been overlooked by the league's marketing machine, but many others weren't buying it at all. And then came the statement that shocked everyone. Wilson suggested that Caitlin Clark should face a lifetime ban from the WNBA for what she described as a lack of respect for the game and its pioneers. Wait, what? A lifetime ban? For what exactly? That's the question fans have been asking, and the internet exploded in response. The backlash was immediate and brutal. Fans and analysts tore Wilson's argument apart, pointing out some major contradictions. A'ja is acting like Caitlin Clark hasn't earned her place. Jealousy is an ugly disease. Caitlin broke 62 records as a rookie. What did Wilson do in her first year? If A'ja Wilson wants to stay relevant, she should focus on her game, not dragging Caitlin Clark. One fan even joked that Wilson should win an Academy Award for her performance as the victim in a movie called Cry Me a River. Yikes. But here's the real kicker. Some fans pointed out that Wilson didn't have a problem with Sabrina Ionescu, another white WNBA star who got her own Nike shoe deal. So what makes Caitlin Clark different? Well, the answer is obvious. Clark is a bigger deal than anyone expected. Caitlin Clark isn't just another great player. She's a generational phenomenon. She's shattering viewership records. She's bringing in more sponsorships than any other player. She's literally growing the league at an unprecedented rate. And that's where the frustration comes in. A'ja Wilson has always been the face of the WNBA, but Clark's arrival changed everything overnight. Suddenly, Wilson isn't the biggest name in the league. Suddenly, people aren't talking about her as much. And let's be honest, that's gotta sting. Here's something nobody wants to admit. Wilson has had the luxury of playing on one of the most stacked teams in WNBA history. Kelsey Plum, an all-star, Chelsea Gray, one of the best guards in the league. Jackie Young, a rising superstar. Wilson doesn't carry her team the way Clark does. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark walked into a struggling franchise and immediately turned them into contenders. So when Wilson calls out Clark's success, many are asking, would A'ja Wilson be this successful without her super team? And based on the numbers, it's a valid question. So what happens now? A'ja Wilson can keep playing the jealousy card, but here's the harsh reality. Caitlin Clark isn't going anywhere. She's only going to get better, the Fever are only going to get stronger, and the WNBA's future is now tied to Clark whether Wilson likes it or not. If Wilson truly wants to remain relevant, she has two choices: embrace the change and help grow the league. Keep complaining and watch her own popularity fade. But let's make one thing clear. Caitlin Clark isn't just the future of the WNBA, she's the present. A'ja Wilson might not like it, but the numbers don't lie. The league can either embrace Clark's rise or risk being left behind. So what do you think? Is A'ja Wilson right to criticize Caitlin Clark, or is this just a desperate attempt to stay relevant? Let us know in the comments below. But just when you thought the WNBA drama couldn't get any crazier, another rising star stepped into the spotlight, Kate Martin. And she didn't just rise to the occasion, she completely flipped the script on one of the league's biggest names. The basketball world thought Brittney Griner was untouchable until Kate Martin stepped onto the court and completely destroyed that narrative. Martin's performance was nothing short of legendary, dominating on both ends of the floor, outplaying seasoned Olympians, and proving she's not just a rising star, she's the real deal. And trust me, you do not want to miss this breakdown. The unrivaled league debut was supposed to be a showcase for superstars like Brittney Griner, Sabrina Ionescu, and Sato Sabally. The media hyped it up as the ultimate test of dominance, expecting Griner and her squad to steamroll the competition, but someone forgot to tell Kate Martin. The former Iowa Hawkeye and Las Vegas Aces rookie came into the league with something to prove, and she wasted zero time making a statement. Right from the opening tip, Martin took over. Picture this: Brittney Griner, a two-time Olympic gold medalist, towering over the competition. She's used to dominating, but not today. Martin blew past Griner for an easy layup, leaving the 6'9" star frozen in place. The crowd went insane as Martin flexed on one of the greatest players of all time. And that was just the beginning. Martin racked up a double-double. She grabbed a team-high 10 rebounds. She outplayed multiple Olympians. Griner, on the other hand, she looked completely lost. The game was supposed to be a battle. Instead, it turned into a Kate Martin masterclass. And let's talk about her game winner. With the clock winding down, Martin had the ball in her hands. 7 seconds left. 6, 5. Martin takes the shot. Bang! Game over. The crowd exploded, and suddenly the entire basketball world had one question: who is going to stop Kate Martin? Let's rewind for a second. Kate Martin wasn't supposed to be this dominant. She wasn't a first-round pick. She wasn't an All-American. She wasn't handed anything. She was underrated, overlooked, and underestimated. Las Vegas barely gave her playing time. Analysts didn't see her as a franchise player. Other teams didn't even try to sign her. But Martin didn't complain. She went to work. She trained like a maniac in the off-season, working on her speed, strength, and shot making. And now, she's embarrassing some of the biggest names in women's basketball. Let's get one thing straight. Kate Martin is not a flashy player. She doesn't need viral highlights or crazy handles. She's just a winner. Her game is built on relentless defense. She shuts down elite scorers. Elite rebounding. She outworks players taller than her. Clutch shot making. She delivers when it matters most. That's why coaches love her. That's why teammates trust her. That's why fans are going crazy for her. And that's why she dominated the unrivaled league debut. Now let's talk about Brittney Griner. She was supposed to be the unstoppable force in this game. Instead, she looked slow, lost, and completely outmatched. Her defense was exposed. Her rebounding was non-existent. Her impact, minimal. And let's be honest, that's a huge problem. The WNBA needs Griner to be a dominant force, but if Kate Martin can shut her down this easily, what happens when the league's other young stars come for her next? Here's the scary part. Kate Martin is just getting started. She's still learning, improving, and evolving. And if this debut proved anything, it's that she's ready to be a franchise centerpiece. Her work ethic is unmatched. Her mentality is elite. And now, she has the confidence to take over games. Is she going to keep proving doubters wrong? Is she the WNBA's next superstar? Will she continue embarrassing established veterans? One thing is for sure, the league better take notice. So what do you think? Did Kate Martin just announce herself as the WNBA's next big thing? Or was this just a one-time fluke? Let us know in the comments below.